And new developments in the case against an ex-cop that we mentioned earlier in this newscast. Today, a judge overturned 2 convictions against Anthony Arevalos. The judge found his defense did not have access to a key piece of evidence.
We have team coverage on this story. We begin with Team 10 investigator Mitch Blocker, the only reporter to obtain the full police recording of a conversation between Arevalos and his main accuser, Jane Doe. Mitch.
Well, that key piece of evidence you mentioned includes handwritten notes by Arevalos' 13th and final victim. Those notes were taken within hours of her assault, but it's what those notes don't include that's important. The defense says they would have called into question a key piece of video evidence used at trial. Now, a quick warning, this report contains adult content. Anthony Arevalos could get out of prison early. He was sentenced to nearly 9 years. His final victim, known only as Jane Doe, is seen here sealing his fate, captured working with police to get him to admit his crimes on tape. The conversation is graphic.
So what's your favorite? Which was your favorite?
Let's just say, well, I tell you what, your vagina was very nice. Put it that way.
Arevalos took Doe into a 7-Eleven bathroom where he sexually assaulted her. It was a trade to let her out of a traffic ticket.
You know what I like the best is when the shirt came up and the pants went down. I didn't expect your body to be as nice and wonderful as it was.
Arevalos' defense claims when Doe reported the assault, she took notes that they never knew about. The defense says the notes do not mention how Arevalos touched her. The defense claims this video baits Arevalos into admitting something they say never happened.
The initial time that instant moment that I touched you, the skin texture, the temperature, the way it felt, everything was like perfect.
My vagina, right? When you touch that?
I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
In her exclusive interview with Team 10, Doe said she felt a sense of relief when Arevalos was convicted.
A sense of relief that he was secure behind bars.
She said she was traumatized when she first reported the assault and doesn't know why San Diego police failed to turn over the notes.
I've never tried to hide anything.
Now, the San Diego Police Department said they made a mistake by not releasing Doe's notes, but that it was just a mistake. The judge said Arevalos could be resentenced with good behavior. He could be out of prison after serving 2.5 years. With Team 10, I'm investigator Mitch Blocker.
10 News reporter Jennifer Jensen continues our team coverage from police headquarters with the response that we got from Jane Doe's attorney and the district attorney's office about a possible retrial. Jennifer?
Well, yes, Kimberly, we just spoke with Jane Doe's attorney just a little while ago, and he says while she'd really like to put this behind her, it's been very difficult.
Well, she's horrified by what the judge ruled, the ruling that came out today. She's threatened by it. She's afraid.
Those are the words to describe Jane Doe's reaction to the judge's ruling to overturn 2 counts in former San Diego police officer Anthony Arevalos' sex assault trial. 2 counts that were specifically charged in the officer's encounter with Jane Doe inside a 7-Eleven bathroom. In the pretext or police monitored telephone call to Arevalos, he's heard admitting his encounter with Jane Doe.
Even if it wasn't in the notes, he admitted to it on tape.
That's exactly it. When you hear that in terms of his voice and what he admitted to, he knew what he was admitting to and what he had done. And this was all something completely within his control.
This is a very controversial case and a series of cases in San Diego. It's obviously caused the police chief to resign.
Jan Ronas represented Arevalos during the trial and says he agrees with the judge's ruling.
In the notes, she never said at all that he had touched her, but then on the stand, she testified that he touched her in the vaginal area. So that was inconsistent with the events that were recorded at a time when the facts should have been most fresh in her memory.
We contacted the district attorney's office for what happens next, and we're told the district attorney's office disagrees with and will appeal today's ruling. Our focus is on making sure this defendant continues to be held accountable for the sexual assaults he committed against multiple victims, which opens the doors to a possible retrial with those counts.
And you know, the thing that's so crushing is to think that she's got to relive this now, that she's got to go through it again. She's testified now 3 times concerning all these facts. She's had to relive that.
So Jane Doe is still moving forward with her civil trial against the city that's set to get underway in federal court on May 25th. You can bet 10 News will be following that closely. We are live here downtown. Jennifer Jensen, 10 News.